Happy Devils Tuesday. This is the Woo Report, episode 57. Oh, yeah. So we weren't supposed to have a Woo Report, but my wife fixed the problem for me with the Windows 10 update. I'm your host, Sam Woo, streaming live on Facebook Live, Twitter, Periscope, YouTube Live, and Twitch on the Primetime Radio Network. Oh, yeah. So I'm seeing all the comments coming in. Mike Rossi, happy Devils Tuesday to everybody. I'm seeing the comments flying in. Ray Leo writes, ESPN NHL agrees to a 7-year deal for U.S. NHL rights. I thought it was kind of funny that I saw ESPN Plus for some of these Devils games. I guess it's going to happen very soon. When I was on ESPN.com trying to look for the schedule, is it happening that quickly? I don't know. But yeah, so you know what? I've been away. As you can see, you don't see my normal studio. So I've been away. I have not been paying attention, but I did hear some rumblings about that. Ray Leo, is that official or is that still talk? Because I did see that ESPN was getting some Devils game. I believe it was April 1st or something like that. And I'm thinking, April Fools, is there a typo? I don't know. But let me know. So, big game tonight. Scott Wedgewood is the goaltender. I think that Chris Ryan of NJ.com was writing about that. Do they even know what the puck is? They are more concerned about the length of LeBron's shoelaces. Matt Freudenberg. Look, let me tell you something. If you're going to have ESPN and NHL, you got to get Gary Thorne and Bill Clement back in the booth immediately. Dun, 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 dun. Hockey night. Remember ESPN Hockey Night? Dun, 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 dun. Remember that? But yeah, so I'll find out some more about that. I'll send a couple text messages. Yeah. So big game last Sunday. I know Scotty was a little negative. We'll be back. Devils post game tonight. I'll be doing it from this fine location. Hopefully everything works. Let's go Devils, says Ramona Rice. Oh, yeah. And sorry about yesterday. No Woo Report. Again, was having a lot of problems. Anytime there's a Windows 10 update, it could be a nightmare for the podcast. But glad we got that all straightened out. Thank you to my wife. If there is no Gary Thorne and Bill Clement, I send it back. I liked when Steve Levy called the games too. Hey, you know what? Maybe we should get Steve Levy on the podcast very soon. Very soon. But yeah, so yeah, I agree with you, Ray Leo. Get Gary Thorne and Bill Clement. Bill Clement actually retired just recently. But he's a good friend of the podcast. I'll talk to him. I'll get him going. Not to start rumors or anything, but, Bill's doing just fine in his home in North Carolina. Alan Moda, hello. Yeah, so it's time to capitalize on this opportunity. Devils on a one-game winning streak. The statistics show, I know Corey Massack covers the Devils for The Athletic, put out something interesting. There has not been much change offensively with this team compared to last year, except for just a fewer goals against. Look, whether it's John Hines, Nazardine, or Lindy Ruff, this team just needs to play better. I mean, Seriously, they need to play better. They need to get back to the fundamentals. I like good defense. I like great goaltending. Yes, last Sunday we got great goaltending, defense. Starting to see a little bit of improvement, but it's got to be a lot better than that. You can't rely on our goaltenders standing on their heads. Omar Ba, hello, my friend. Hello, my friend. Yeah, so Steve Levy's call, remember that? Steve Levy and Darren Pang, the hit heard around the world when Scott Stevens hit Eric Lindros, changed history right then and there. Unfortunately, Eric had to suffer another concussion. And at that time, now that what we know about head injuries, that was pretty serious back then. But it changed the course of history nevertheless. Devils go on and win the Stanley Cup by beating the Dallas Stars. Peter Manfredo, Woo Report rocks. Peter, we got to talk soon. We got to talk soon. I got my 2 shots. I'm raring to go. Ready to do some more podcasts on the road. We got Taj Lounge 973, formerly known as PJ Ryan's, as our home destination bar. We're going to start taking this podcast on the road to a city near you. Read a report that Fitzy is taking calls on Palms, says Matt Freudenberger. Well, what report are you reading? Definitely not the Woo Report, but hey, text me, Matt. Send me a message. Show me that report. Kind of interested. LOL, says Peter. DJ Shelley, yes. DJ Shelley, cannot wait to get you back at Taj Lounge 973. We're already talking about once it's safe for everybody, and I'm talking about everybody. We got the best DJ Shelley. She knows how to rock it out at our live podcast. Like before we go on air, she's mixing Bon Jovi, Metallica, a little Disturbed. She can mix in all of our favorites pre-gaming at Taj Lounge 973. We got the upstairs, downstairs. We'll find DJ Shelley anywhere, because you got to have a DJ if you're going to have these live events, live autograph signings. I can't wait to get back, getting all fired up. Also, this whole ESPN thing, oh boy, you know what? I have a love-hate relationship with ESPN, but this is a smart move on their part. NBC Sports is no longer going to be there. Everybody wants to go on they want you to go on the Peacock Network, streaming live. We stream live. And apparently I do this every day. You can call me the Daily Podcast for the New Jersey Devils. No affiliation, of course, not to take anything away from anybody, but it just seems like this podcast does very well. And we love our fans. We love the comments. Don't be surprised if Palms ends up with the Islanders. Well, the Islanders, look, they're on the up and ups. Got a new arena being built. They're going to leave the confines of Nassau Coliseum. They left Barclays Center, which wasn't great for hockey fans, where you can't even see some of the plays. Well, they completely botched the TV rights last time by going with Virtus. Well, actually, follow the money, Ray Leo. I agree, but I will disagree. Versus, which was Outdoor Life Network prior, coming out of the lockout, a year-long lockout, which was bad, but this whole affiliation with Comcast, Flyers, all that, I'm sure that there was a lot of interest there. to getting it off of ESPN onto NBC. Look, ESPN, 7-year deal, 6-7-year deal. Is it good for hockey? Yeah, you could say so. I think any deal is good for hockey. But honestly, ask yourself this question. How do you consume your Devils hockey? It's mostly MSG, right? But I'm usually watching it on the app and putting it on my TV as a monitor. I'm not really flipping the channels to ESPN anymore. I get my sports on social media. Yeah, maybe ESPN is creating some of the content, like Greg Wyshynski, who has been on the State of the Fan Address on the Let's Go Devils podcast. But national spotlight perspective to it, killed then, get it, follow me. But yes and no. You know what, Ray Leo? You're right. You're right. There is some cachet to it. But at that time period, remember ESPN, the phone? Remember that little gadget made by Sanyo? And it gave you all the updated scores. And, oh, it's ESPN. It's the best sports phone. And you know what happened? And we can have this. I could do a podcast on it. But I will say this. When they showed Steve Jobs that Sanyo phone, he basically threw it at a wall and said, that's not a phone. I'll show you a phone. And what did he do? He married the internet and the cell phone and the iPod together as the iPhone. And that changed everything. Changed how we consume our sports and all that jazz. And some of you are probably watching this fine piece of programming on your iPhone. Excuse me. I don't have a cough button right now. But yeah, you know what? I'm only happy about this ESPN deal if Gary Thorne and Bill Clement are back in the saddle. And if they are, I'm going to twist Bill's arm to come onto this fine programming, this podcast. But again, I'm not spreading rumors, but it would be nice to have them back because I think they are one of the best tandems in all of hockey, in hockey history. Gary Thorne, Bill Clement, or even Doc Emmerich, Bill Clement. Anybody with Doc Emmerich, especially Chico Resch. Excellent, excellent, excellent. All right, so we'll be back. Devils post game. Nice talking to you. Nice to get off topic. Nice to be back on the saddle. Dropping this podcast in about 20 minutes. Scotty and I, Devils post game. This is the Woo Report. Till next time, let's go Devils. Enjoy the game, everybody.